Hey guys. I'm gonna give you guys a couple minutes. I'm just gonna sit here and chill, adjust the camera and all that good stuff, and then we'll get started. I wanted to talk to you guys today about how you can make a full-time income with Scentsy. Now, of course, some of you, this isn't what you want, and that's okay. There's different purposes for this business for everyone, and I don't want you to feel like that has to be your purpose. But this video is for people that want to make a, hey Molly, what's going on? Want to make a full-time living with Scentsy. So, and I'd love for you to listen, because hey, someday you might not be that person now, but someday you might be, right? So we never know what's going to change in our lives to make us need Scentsy to be our full-time income. You know, overnight, your life can change overnight, guys. Anything can happen. So I will get started here, as usual, in a couple minutes. If you're here, please comment, because I'm going to write down your names and do a drawing at the end of this. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do it at the end of this live video, or maybe at the end of tonight. That way the people that are working that can't watch, maybe they get a chance to. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't know. Molly says, just creeping on your... So Molly is, her director is Stephanie Broughton, which is Stephanie Malbrough's frontline. And, you know, of course, I let people that just aren't on our team page on here, you know, I mean, on our team, on this page, because, you know, the more that we can share, the better. And, so Molly's here. She says she's just creeping on our group page. That's okay, Molly. We love to have you here. Misty's here. Tamara's here. I'm going to write down names. Let me see. And, if you just showed up, please comment if you're here. And if you're listening to this and it's not live, then please comment, because I think what I'm going to do is everybody that's watched this by the end of the night, I'm going to do a drawing for everybody that has commented that they are here. I'm going to do a drawing with those people. I think that would be fair. Sorry guys, I know watching live, you know, maybe I should do a drawing for that, but some people are working and they can't help it that they're not here. Okay, well, let's get started. I know more will trickle in, but I don't want to wait anymore for those of you that are live. So I have kind of paid attention to people that have success in Scentsy, and there are some things I've noticed, and I wanted to share them. I always tell people, if they want a full-time income, and I don't want you guys to leave, I don't want to scare you, but if you want a full-time income with Scentsy, you're going to have to recruit every single month, and you're going to have at least 5 to 10. Hey, Amanda, I'm going to write down your names here. Amanda, Julie. Hey, Julie. So, people that make a full-time income with Scentsy are usually directors and above. They're usually people who sell $2,000 a month and 2 recruits minimum. A lot of them, you know, do... maybe they'll do 2 recruits, but then the next month they'll do 4 or 5 or 10, and then the next month they might have 0, but then the next month they'll do 2, you know, so sometimes it's not the same every month, so I can't give you an exact, you know, but I have noticed that they are doing at least 2 parties a week, whatever type of party that you like. So if that gives you kind of a gauge on that, and if you're doing 2 parties a week, usually you're going to do your $2,000 in sales. Well, what happens with that? Well, you get an extra 5% bonus. For those of you that don't know that, that's really cool. That's why I strive for $2,000 every month, because I want that extra 5% bonus. So another thing that I've noticed, these are people that are consistently working to hit their numbers. So when we go on a rampage, you know, 1 month, and we're trying to promote, I always tell people, well, if you keep on that rampage every single month, you're going to not only hit your numbers for the title that you went for that month every single month after, but you're going to hit the title that up from there that you want to hit, that you're striving for your next goal, right? So work your business like you're always working for Sensational Start level 2 or 3, right? Work your business like, you know, for some of you that hit director, work your business the same as you worked that month that you really wanted to hit director numbers to make director for your first time. If you're working your business like that every month, then you're going to naturally fall into starting to make full-time income if you didn't when you first. Most people I see when they first hit director do make, and I mean, when I say full-time income, when you first make director, it's basically, what did I figure out for the one person that made director recently? I think I figured out that it would have been like if they were making $18 an hour, 40 hours a week, right? But they worked 15 to 20 hours a week at home. But, so if that gives you an idea. Now, full-time income for me, I have my college degree, and hey, Steph, so I'll put your name. I have my college degree, and I had a bit of experience. So for a full-time income for me means 50,000 or more, you know, and I needed to work a couple of years doing what I'm telling you in order to build that. We're not a company that comes out and says, like some of these companies, oh, you can make $1 million in a year. Well, I hate when people say that because it gives people this false perception, and then when they don't do that, they're like, they want to quit, right? That's why I try to be real with you guys, because I don't want you to think that you can make $1 million in your first year, and then you don't do that, and you're going to be like, WTF, what happened? Andie, you told me. No, I'm going to be honest with you. What are some other things that I've noticed about leaders who are making a full-time, hey, Lucy, put your name down. We're doing a drawing, by the way, which I know I put in the title, but Dawn's here. I'm going to run out of room. Anyways, I'll be doing the drawing at the end of the night, guys, so everybody that comments. Stephanie Black, everybody that comments. Sorry. Okay. I'll try not to stop it and do that every time. Carrie, Caitlin. Oh, okay, it's impossible. You know what? I'm going to go back through and put all your names down after we're done the video. That way, I'm not sitting here writing names constantly. So what's something else I noticed about directors and above that hit their numbers every month that are making a full-time income? They're not using words like, well, I'll try my hardest, we'll see. They're not using words like that. They're using words like, I'm going to do it. If I don't do it, it's going to be next month. You know, things like that. How do I do it? You know, they come at me with those kind of terms, not, well, we'll see, whatever happens, happens. I mean, and I'm just being honest, like, and I used to say those things too, so I don't want you to think that I'm picking on anybody because I used to say those things too. Who else is Jackie, Crystal, hey. Okay, so what are some other things? Here is when my business changed. When I started to make things simple. Because here's what happened. I joined and I was pumped up, right? I wanted to print out all of the like it or love it sheets. I wanted to make sure everything was super cute. And, you know, I had this big bag packed to go to home parties. And guess what, guys? I got burnt out. It was too much. And when somebody said to me, less is more, oh, thanks, girl. It's kind of, yeah, you know, it's crazy. I got an event tonight, so I thought I'd curl it a little bit, but thank you. So I started to realize that these people must know what they're talking about because they were people making 6 figures in Scentsy already. Less is more. Be simple. Make it simple. It's all about the basics. So here's what I'm sharing with you guys. It really is all about the basics, guys. Prospecting and following up are the only things that you really need to do every day with your business. Don't all this little fluff work that is so cute that we see everybody doing that, you know, like, I love them so much because they're so cute and they do all these little cute packets and all this stuff, but it's not revenue generating, guys, and it's going to burn you out eventually. Now, if you really enjoy it and that's something that you have tons of time and that's your thing, then by all means, do that if that makes you happy. Majority of us are busy. We ain't got time for that. We want to make money, not spend more money than we're making. Yes, you have to put money into your business, but you should not be overspending. Don't go into the Scentsy family store and spend $200-300 on things that you just don't need. What do you need? And we're going to go back to prospecting and following up, but what do you need for your business? You need testers, you need catalogs, you need order forms are nice because they do have the Scentsy writing on the back, but if you need to buy cheap ones from Walmart, go for it. You need Scentsy shirts, right? You don't have to buy them from Scentsy. You can go somewhere cheap, but you need to brand yourself somehow. If I'm not wearing a Scentsy shirt, I'm wearing a button on my purse or whatever. I'm always branding myself. I branded my car. I want people to know I'm serious, which leads me to this. How do people know you're serious about your business? Number one, you stick around. You're not that person that goes from company to company looking for a shiny object, because guess what? The shiny object is right in front of you. We have a consumable product that you can sell to men and women, and we are ranked top 14 companies, MLM companies right now. We are growing at a very, very fast pace, and this is only the beginning for Scentsy. Trust me, you're in the right business. It's a consumable product, guys. It's an amazing product. We're coming out with something even more amazing at Reunion, okay? So we've got that part down. You don't need to look any further. Jumping around from company to company is only going to do one thing. It's going to confuse your consumers that are in your market, and it's going to show them that you're not serious. They're not going to want to join you if you're joining 5 different companies at once, or if you're bouncing around from company to company. And here's another thing I found, guys, and some people might disagree with me, and it's okay. I'm just sharing what I think and what I've seen for success. I try not to post publicly that I'm hosting other people's parties for businesses, and I try not to tag people and make a big deal if I use other companies. This is not because I don't want to support my direct sales people, because my direct sales friends know I support them. If they need to hit a goal, I'm the first person to buy a tube of lipstick or whatever to help them out. I don't post about it, and here's why. As a leader, people are watching. Even if you have one person on your team, they're watching, right? So here's your first reason. They're watching you. They might not have known about this other company, and that might be a shiny object for them. You might lose the one person on your team because they see you posting about some new product that's amazing. They go and join it because they think, oh, this is new, let me go try it. Well, they do bad, come back to Scentsy usually, right? I mean, I hate to say it, but it's the truth. Here's another reason. I can't tell you how many times I've seen people host parties, and I see on their public, pay or whatever, they open it to public, and I think to myself, even though they were just hosting it, when I saw it, I'm like, oh geez, that person's posting about, last week it works, now it's unique, and they're posting about this and that on that page. I'm thinking that they joined, when in all actuality, they were just hosting the party, but I didn't know that. A lot of people do that. They see that we host parties, and then they're like, oh, geez, I thought she was with Scentsy. Well, she's bouncing around to, Unique or wherever. Now she's bouncing around. I'm not going to join her in her ventures because obviously she can't stick. I want a leader that's going to stick. A lot of times that's how I recruit, guys, is because people know I'm not going anywhere, and I'm certainly not giving up on my dream, right? I'm sticking in for the long haul. So let's okay, let's go back to 2 things to work your business for full-time income. If these 2 things aren't tied into what you're doing every day, then don't do them. Prospecting and following up. What is prospecting? Prospecting is meeting new people or talking the Scentsy business and finding hostesses and people to join your team. Sharing Scentsy. That is what prospecting is, right? Prospecting can be also following up, because we all know that when we follow up, we might go into the conversation about joining with our hostesses, our customers, things of that nature. So those 2 can combine together sometimes. How do I recruit? I'm constantly planting the Scentsy seed. If it's a good customer of mine, a good hostess, I'm like, girl, you need to join. You should join. You should get this for a discount. Well, then when they join, I definitely want them to at least hit certified in their first month or 2, because they want to make the most off of, if they join for the discount, they want to make the most off of the product they can. We all know that's to hit certified. Well, I push them towards Sensational Start too, because they can get free stuff. They joined for this free stuff. Well, what you find is you have, those two types of people. They hit their goal, and number one, they just stopped because they did want to do it just for the discount. But then there's some people who really get into this. They see our team. They see how awesome you guys are. They see how supportive we are. They see how awesome they feel. Guys, the reason I stuck with Scentsy is because I never thought I was good at anything. When I became a mom and a wife, I was finally like, gosh, I'm finally good at something. Thank goodness, like, am I perfect? No, but I felt like I was good at it for once. But I never had a job that I felt proud of, that I felt like I was really good at, that gave me a passion inside. When I joined Scentsy, it gave me that passion, that feeling of accomplishment. And then came you guys. And I started to realize that I became friends with you guys because you're like-minded. You're hitting your goals too. You're excited about Scentsy. Well, I'm hitting my goals. I'm excited about Scentsy too. And I started to see that it could be a full-time income. And I thought, man, this is really cool. This is really legit. But what did I do? I had to keep prospecting. I had to follow up with those people. And I had to keep really good notes too. You have to be organized with it. You have to keep good notes. Because how are you going to know who to follow up with if you don't have good notes, right? Prospecting. People want to know, how do they prospect? There's two different types that I use, right? Well, three, I guess. So number one, I go out, which I've told you before, join new groups, workout groups, go to Starbucks, start talking to people. And guys, I'm not a social butterfly. I have to feel comfortable in a situation first. I'm not the type of person that walks into a room and I'm like, I'm Andie Teeter, I'm here, who wants to talk to me? I'm not that person. I walk in, I analyze things, and I find people that are like-minded that I feel comfortable with. And when I say like-minded, I don't care what they're dressed like, what they look like. But if they're talking about, gossip and they're talking about negative things, that's not my people, so I just keep walking. But if they're talking about cool stuff that maybe I like, or I feel a connection with them somehow, I'm gonna stop and talk to them. Why? Because building relationships is the basis of this business. If we're not building relationships with these people, we can't just go meet them and hope for the best. We have to build relationships with them. They have to trust us. We have to befriend them. We are friend collectors in this business. Now, am I saying you're going to have a bunch of besties? No. These are acquaintance friends. These are people that you've provided good customer service to. They can become your customers, your hostesses. You become friends with them through that, and you become, sometimes they're confidants. Sometimes they just want to, have somebody that listens. I don't know, it's all different, but that's the whole basis of this relationship. Now, or of this business. Blech. Now the second one is following up. That's another way that you're going to prospect. So the first was going out and meeting new people, places that, maybe the park with your kids or whatever. Prospecting on follow-ups, talking to people. When you follow up with them, really get to know them in the follow-up process. Ask them how their day's going, or, whatever. Find a connection with them. The other thing is, at your parties, you're going to be prospecting at your parties. All of your customers, all of your people that are at the parties or buy from the parties. Online. So guys, I'm going back to this because I kind of got away from it for a while, but online is such a great way to connect with people. And once you figure out how to do it and what your niche is, so real quick, and I have on YouTube, I have some ways that you can do this. So I don't want to get too caught up, but real quick, all I do is go meet people in groups that I have a common bond with. Military groups, Jeep groups, dog groups. I go meet them. I post hey, how you doing? I'm from Virginia. Where are you guys from? I get to know them in the comments. I build relationships with them. And then at some point, I plant the Scentsy seeds, just like I do for everybody else. And I keep track of these people. And I go back and I comment under their stuff and I message them, and I meet people that are moving into this area all the time because we're military, so I write down that I met them, and then I follow up with them. Hey, I know you said you were moving here in July. Did you make it okay? How are you doing? Do you need anything? Friend collecting, guys. This is friend collecting, and it's genuine friend collecting. You can't just go out there and be super fake about it and try to build relationships with people not being real. Which leads me to my next thing. Spam. Which leads me to my next thing, or maybe it wasn't. Whose number? Oh, sorry. Anyways, yeah, squirrel moment. Totally forgot what I was gonna say. Thank you, phone call. Well, anyways, hey Stacy. Maybe somebody can tell me what I was talking about so I can go back to what I was talking about. Which, by the way, I want to let you guys know, I'm really excited about going to Punta Cana in a few weeks. I'm excited to show you guys what Scentsy trips are all about. Stacy reminded me of that because Stacy will be there. We have some other ladies that'll be there on our team, and it's a free trip, guys. These incentive trips are free, totally free. They pay for your room, your flights, they will even, and I don't know if Stacy even knows this, but they will be giving us per diem to eat in the airports. They will be giving us a baggage fee up front, even if we're not paying a baggage fee. Like, I don't pay it because I'm going Southwest, and they give it to me anyways. $100 right there, boom, dropped in the week before. I'm just saying. So, yeah, I don't know where I was at, guys, but my point is that you have to think big if you want to make full-time income with this, and you have to keep at it. It's not hard, but it's something that you have to consistently do every single day, and it's got to be on your mind. Now, when you're with your family, do I want you, texting? And no, that's something that I had to learn the hard way too. When I'm with my family, I'm with my family. And where did I learn that from? Heidi, which is one of the owners of Scentsy, she told us that one time at a reunion, and it really stuck with me because I was like, you know what? When I'm with my family, that's family time. There's no Scentsy. But when I'm doing Scentsy in my 2 hours a day or whatever I set aside, I do it in a time where there's no interruptions. When the kids go to sleep, in the morning, middle of the day, whatever you have. I know a lot of you work full time. A lot of you, go on your lunch breaks and you work, or you work when the kids are in bed later at night or in the morning early. You get it in when you can, and that's the beauty of this business, right? If you stick with it and you keep doing, oh, Tamara, follow-ups, thank you. You were talking about following up with, yeah, okay, thanks. So, yeah, follow-ups. So follow-ups, that is how I gain, and I know Tamara gains a lot of recruits doing follow-ups. I think most of her recruits that she gets are from follow-ups. It is essential for us to do follow-ups. Guys, when I started to really do follow-ups consistently every single month, my business exploded. It went from $2,000 a month to sometimes $4,000 to $5,000 a month just because I was following up with people. I took, if you have 2 hours every day, I want you to take 30 minutes of that just to follow up with people, and the other hour and a half, use that for prospecting, meeting new people, whatever you've got to do, even if it's going to Starbucks and sitting with your laptop so you can meet people. There are millions, billions, and trillions of people in this world. There's enough people for you to meet, I promise. It's whether you're willing to put yourself in the position to meet new people. You've got to be brave with this business. You've got to put yourself out there at some aspect. Yes, you can still stay within your sort of comfort zone. Like I said, I'm not going to bust in a room and be like, I'm here. I still stay sort of in my comfort zone because I still want to be genuine. I don't want to be all freaked out and having panic attacks either, right? So we have to stay sort of in our comfort zone. But we also have to step our feet out once in a while and test that water, right? What questions do you guys have about, and who here wants to make a full-time income with Scentsy? Who here wants to start thinking big with me? Who here wants to work their business and never give up until they hit their goals? Because I'm looking for people. We have a wave right now where a lot of people have hit those goals, and I'm looking for our next wave, right? Because those people will continue to go up to star director, superstar director. Where's our next generation of directors? That's what I'm wondering. Because I want to work with you guys. I want to have calls with you guys. I want to You know, a lot of you are certified lead, star, superstar. Superstar, I know that they're on their way to director, and usually star, you can tell, you know, which people are serious about their business and whatnot, but I want to know, where are those certified and lead people that are like wanting to be director by fall, that have goals of that? Where are you guys? Because, good, yay, we have some ladies that, and I know I've already talked to some of you, but first of all, if you can go to reunion, go to reunion. It changed my business. It changed Tamara's business. It changed so many of our businesses. If you can't go to reunion, I know some people just can't. There's a conflict, right? You have to work. You can't get out of work, whatever. Then please contact me. Contact your director. Contact your star, or whoever, you know, if you're not under me and you're on this page, contact whoever it is. Learn from people that have made this business a success. Whether it's me or you relate better to somebody on YouTube, chances are they're my friend. I can have them come on our team page and do a training if you want. I don't care what it takes. But you guys, if you're willing to say that you're in, that means that you have to be in, solid. You guys have to aspire. You guys have to desire it. You guys have to work it every single day with whatever time you have. And you only have to do two things: prospect and follow up. Don't worry about the labeling and, I mean, okay, I want you to label your products. That was a bad example. Don't worry about all the fluff. Let's brainstorm some ideas of fluff, because I'm drawing a blank, but I know some of you will know. Misty, that's awesome, girl. I've seen you hustle. Hustle like you have never hustled before from now until fall. Like, I believe in you guys. You already know that. I've sat here and cried with you. I've told you that. I mean it. I believe in you guys. But I need to see you guys do the actions that create big, right? So if 2,000 a month scares you and 2 recruits, and you want to make director by fall, then you need to work your way up this month and next month, 1,000 a month, 1 recruit minimum, no matter what. Well, how do you do that? You follow up every single day, and you put yourself into positions to make friends, meet new people, drop that Scentsy seed. It's taken a while for some of the comments to come through, so I'm sorry if you guys, some of you have commented already about like fluff things. Trying to think of an example. I mean, a great example for me would be when here's the thing. The like it or love it sheets that you take to home parties where people can check what they like, maybe they hate it, whatever the scents. They're so cute. I love them. But guess what, guys? It was frustrating to print them out. It took up too much ink. You know what I do now at my home parties? I take a product list. I have people circle, all of our scents are right there. I have them circle the ones they want. Then they can keep that product list. And guess what's happening? They're giving me back my big catalogs that are more expensive, so I can use those for another party. Now, some people like to keep the big catalogs, but some people are cool with the product list, and that's fine with me. They can circle all the scents they like. They can keep that product list for next time. And another thing is, when I see that all their circles, when I check them out at a home party, then I can open that, hey, I see you didn't get all your scents. Would you like to host a party and get those for free, right? I know some people have probably commented on fluff things and it's just not coming through. And then when I get off of here, I'll see it like eventually in 10 minutes. It's so slow for some reason sometimes. Yeah, Stephanie, and you know, Stephanie, we were just talking about this earlier, like with home parties is the perfect example. When I realized that I didn't have to take all the products, like I used to feel like I had to take one of each, right? Now I take one diffuser, I take maybe 1 or 2 shades, and these are things I have at home. I take a lampshade collection, maybe like a $35 warmer, like the Southern Hospitality, people were loving that, a nightlight. And then if I've got anything else, like washer whiffs or something like that, and I try to sell the high-end products first. I really pay attention to the diffusers and the lampshade collection. I push them at my parties. I present them higher. Like I put them up on a pedestal thing so that people can see them higher, so they're like, ooh. Because listen, it's really easy to sell diffusers, once you love them and once you're pushing them and if you believe in them and you've used them like I have, I'm obsessed with our diffusers. I have one in every room, right? Well, when you love them and you believe in them so much and you're presenting them as your main focus and you're telling people how awesome and you're versed at everything that they have to offer and that they're lifetime warranty and here's why they're worth every penny, people will buy them if they love oil diffusers, and a lot of people are going to oil diffusers. I'd much rather sell one oil diffuser than what, 6 or 7 6-packs? 6 or 7 6-packs is great. I want you to still sell 6-packs. But we've got these diffusers. If you sell 6 or 7 diffusers, you're almost halfway to your $2,000 a month, right? Okay, so there's my take, but yes, the product list is another thing. When I went to open parties, which is kind of like an open house in a way. So when I stopped presenting at my home parties and blah, 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 and this and that and this and that, and I started to make it really simple. Hey, I greet them at the door, they come in, I've got everything out on my table, I sit down, I talk to them, I make friends with them, we mingle, I find out how they met each other, how they know each other. Guess what happened? It's no more me talking, it's me listening now. I'm listening for cues. Well, I can't really afford that, or maybe next time. What are those cues? What do they mean? They mean, I want to host a party or join your team because I can't afford it. That's what it means to me, right? So we have to be really careful because we want to listen more than we're talking. While I say that on a live video and I'm doing all the talking, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? Open house style has really worked well for me. And if you don't love a home party or you're unsure about a home party, try that. Try the open house style because it kind of takes the attention off of those of us that have anxiety so that people are coming in and it's a much better atmosphere. We don't have to worry about presenting and all these things we have to remember. It's just very simple. And that's what I'm getting at, guys. If you're not working your business simply, a lot of people say, I don't have the time, I don't have the time for this. But then I'll see them on Facebook, perusing on Facebook and not building relationships. They're just like wondering what else is going on in everybody else's life, I guess. And I'm like, or they're catching up 3 hours of their favorite TV show, and I'm like, you guys, like, you say you don't have time to work your business, but we all really do. We're all really busy. A lot of us work full-time, jobs or whatever. We're all busy. We're all, a lot of us are moms, and we all can find a million excuses why we can't do something. But my thing is let's fill those excuses with excuse busters, with actually things that will make us money. So instead of sitting there saying, well, I can't find time, find time. Don't watch TV for an hour that night, or go to bed 30 minutes later so you can work your business 30 minutes or whatever. Yeah, Stephanie, presentations are scary, right? Like, I know I'm kind of rambling here, guys, and if you don't have time for this, please, you can leave if you want. But I remember the first time Scentsy asked me to present, and some of you know you've been around for a while. Guys, these live videos and all this stuff does not come naturally to me. I've told you before I have really horrible anxiety, and this stuff did not, it scared the crap out of me. When the home office asked me to present at my first reunion, or not my first reunion, but the first time they asked me, I think it was like my 3rd reunion, I remember telling a team months before that, I will never ever speak on a stage. Don't ever, I will never do it. And then I started to realize that if I wasn't willing to step outside of my box, that I couldn't tell you guys, I can't coach you guys to do it if I'm not doing it. And then I did it, and I realized it really wasn't that scary. And then I started to do it more, since he kept asking more and more, and I started to realize if I was just myself, I didn't have to be up there with a ton of makeup on and, this perfect 90-pound whatever. I could be myself and be confident and be funny and goofy and the person that, that I feel comfortable with. And I felt good at the end because people were coming up to me saying, gosh, thanks, I could really relate to you. You let your heart out there, and, I see that you don't have to be a certain type of person to do this and to be successful. And gosh, if just one person came up to me, that was job well done, right? Now I love it. I love speaking to people. I love, even if they get one thing from me, I love it. I think it's awesome. It's awesome to be able to help people, right? Thanks, Christina. I appreciate that. Jennifer said, I had bad anxiety. Yeah, right? And I'm not saying to you guys, don't step outside of your box and do things that scare you, because in order to work this business the way you need to scare yourself, right? But there are just some times where I'd rather you guys do it your way, that you feel comfortable, and just at least do it, rather than freak out, and not do home parties at all because you're scared to death. Because home parties usually do between depending on what time of year. This time of year, usually like 5 to 750. And then, during Christmas when people are buying gifts, you can see 750 to 1,000 for an average home party. They're really good if you do your hostess coaching right and you really train yourself. So I'm going to get off of here because I don't want to take up more of your time. But if you need anything else, I do have other YouTube videos. I'm a message away. I do work Monday through Friday, usually like when Keegan gets on the bus at 9 and when he's off the bus at 4:30. But if you guys do message me, I promise I'll get back to you the next time I'm in work. If you need to schedule a call with me, I don't care. I always tell you this because I'm here. I want you to know, even if I'm not your director, if your director is okay with it and we get on, your director and me and yourself, whatever we've got to do to make this work, let's do it. Let's think big, guys. Think big, not think minimums. No more thinking minimums. No more, if you're doing this for a discount, you need to put in at least a qualified party every month, right? In order to do that, you need to find 4 to 5 people to purchase from a party. You have to have 1 party a month. That's it. That's it. And it takes minimal time. If you're looking for a full-time income, you're going to want to book 7 to 10 parties a month. That's like 2 a week, 2, 4, 6, 8. Let's say 2 parties a week, right? And follow up with people. Do your prospecting, do your follow-ups. They work, right? I'm telling you guys, they work. Keep at this. Think big, and let's see what we can do, right? So, thank you, Caitlin. I really appreciate that. I never thought anybody would say that to me, and if I can show you guys that it's possible, here we go again, getting all emotional. If I can show you guys it's possible for some ordinary girl to be an inspiration to someone, if that's the only thing I do for you, then I want that to be the one thing I do. I don't care your color, your size, your income. We can all do this. I'm not special. None of these other... You guys, if you come to reunion and you see some of these people, some people do have bad attitudes, and I don't know how they run their business. So look, if they can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. There's no rocket science to this. It's not anything crazy. It's not anything special. And Caitlin, don't you have coming up? It's your summer coming up, girl. By the way, before I go, one last thing. I know what it was. Work your business in the summer, guys. Here's why. Most people are the kids are home. They make an excuse, right? The kids are home. I can't work my business. I'll just get back to it this fall. Guess what happens? Not only do they ruin their business that way, but when they don't work their business, like all these other people that are in my area that aren't on our team, I'm okay with them not working their business, because guess what happens? They don't provide good customer service, and people have seen me and they know my name, and they're like, well, if she's not going to help me, I know Andie Teeter works her business, I'll go host a party with her or join her team. Maybe she'll pay attention to me. Work your business no matter what. If the kids are home, that's okay. You can find ways to work your business with kids home. I did it with a toddler. Many of us do it with toddlers at home and full-time jobs, so just a little tip. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. I promise I'll be back here. Let me know if you have any questions, and we'll do that drawing tonight, by the end of the night. I have an event tonight, so after that, just somebody get on here and remind me if I don't, okay? I love you guys, and I hope you're having a sensational day, and you have a sensational weekend. All right, bye, guys.